Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go over all of the new Team of the Week cards like we do every single week. I want to say, happy holidays, and I hope you guys have a great and safe holidays, and thank you guys for everything that you guys have, supported me with and whatnot over the last few months, and even before that, well before that. I just want to say thank you guys again to allow me to do what I do, and thanks for keeping coming back. So let's get into today's content, the new Team of the Week for December 23rd. Boys, I also need to mention, because I'm sure that I'll get a million questions about this, I do not have any news about a free card or free player like we get every year from EA. I am sure there will be something. It wouldn't surprise me if tomorrow we get a free pack for something like we did last year. I don't know what the overall would be, but it would stun me if there is not a free pack or whatever for the holidays. So that being said, let's get into today's new content. We got the 90 Nikita Kucherov, and obviously an extremely great card because he is left-handed. We do not have a ton of left-handed cards that are good on defense or offense. And by good, I mean elite or even close to their right-handed counterparts. So this Nikita Kucherov before distributor has 90 speed, 91 acceleration, 93 agility, and his shot power is at 90 with 95 accuracy. An elite left-handed winger card, obviously. And wingman is starting to grow on me a little bit. Wingman and workhorse are slowly starting to creep into like synergies that you can actually activate. Once you get distributor and spark and whatnot. I think there is a path, and I'm going to make a video in terms of, maybe the players that are new because of Christmas time, but I'll talk about, when you're building your team, what synergies you want to look for. So wingman isn't a bad one. Anything that helps out with acceleration is great, but also for a winger, wrist shot accuracy is important. Passing is okay. Again, I don't think that the passing upgrade is all that important, but nonetheless, the 90 Kucherov, an elite card, and if you're not able to afford the 90 McDavid, well, obviously it has distributor. I don't think it's nearly as important to have a McDavid with distributor because there's so many cards at the top end with it. This would be a nice replacement if you're looking for an elite left-handed winger card. Then we've got the 89 of getting Malkin with Gladiator. Malkin cards are... It's funny because Malkin and Crosby cards have been so good for so long just because of obviously how good they are in HUT. They always just kind of play like blah. Like, you know what I mean? It's like... I don't know what it is, but Gladiator, I'm not a huge fan of Gladiator on this card. In my opinion, he always plays a little bit slower, kind of like the left-handed version of Alex Ovechkin. That being said, what I just mentioned about left-handed winger cards, 87 speed is nice, acceleration 86, okay. 90 balance is great when you consider the fact he's 6'3", so puck control at 93 as well. This is going to be a card that's really good for players that like to cycle the puck and, play down low in the corner and whatnot. His shot's all above 92, which is great. Again, I wish it was a different synergy than Gladiator. Anything that had skating would be awesome. But with Distributor, obviously gets up to 90 speed. But still, I think this card is going to cost more than he's worth. And then it'll usually have a sharp decline. So like throughout the week, I bet he drops quite a bit from what he is today. Then we've got the 87 Gabriel Landeskog with passing playmaker. And again, passing playmaker, in my opinion, the slapshot accuracy one, it's only really important on defensemen, in my opinion. Again, wingers and whatnot, like, you're not going to be taking a lot of just fly down the wing one, like, slap shots. Like, what I mean by that is, so don't get me wrong, one-timers are obviously slap shots, okay? So that does that, but usually those are the ones that are, like, wide open, and they don't miss a terrible amount because they're being taken in a prime position. When it comes to, defensemen at the point stopping the puck and then shooting it, that's why I think accuracy is important for defensemen. For wingers, I think that, wrist shots are a little bit more important, but nonetheless, he's going to play wing, and he doesn't have a good enough face-off rating, and he doesn't have a speed synergy. So this is a hard pass for me, just not worth. Then we've got the 85 Jeff Skinner, again, another winger card with shutdown. Again, shot blocking is completely pointless for you. Now, body checking is okay, but again, that's more dictated by your size, and the fact that he's 5'11" is, that does help, I guess, but 85 speed on a winger card is pretty tough at this point in the game, just because of, where we're at now. You can get base cards that have higher speed that you can actually use to fly down the wing, and his shot isn't anything special, so this one would be a sell if you were to pack him. Then we've got the 87 Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with Howitzer, which makes him Really interesting. Again, another left-handed winger card that we can use with 87 speed, 95 agility, and basically 90 shooting across the board. All of his hand stats are above 90, and then stick checking, defensive awareness. This is low-key a pretty good middle-tier left-handed winger card that you can grab. So, like, same as, like, the primetime Logan Couture or the primetime Neil, that is Howitzer. Like, these cards are the ones you want to go for after you have, like, the base guys that have it, like Ehlers and I believe Aho early on, for example. Then we've got the 85 Jesperi Kotkaniemi with Workhorse, and I mentioned this before, Workhorse is starting to grow on me a little bit more. However, I think it's more important for defensemen than it is forwards. He is going to be a winger, only 83 speed, unless you're a Montreal Canadiens fan. This is a strong pass for me. Then we've got the 92 Carl Hagelin, and with Speedster, 91 speed, 88 wrist shot power. He is like a budget version of the lit Matt Duchene. So this will have value for the lower end players, like the lower end team builds. If you can't afford it, he should be pretty cheap because he's only an 82 overall. If you can't afford like lit Duchene or something like that, this could be a decent left-handed winger to go out and grab. Then we've got the 82 Sam Gagner with Shutdown. Again, nothing special here. He's going to be a winger for you and just not enough speed or anything else that makes you, want to use him. 82 Alex Iafallo with Workhorse. With Workhorse, it's not bad. And again, you might be able to activate Workhorse with one of these lower tier cards if you are someone who's just starting out and you need Workhorse on your team because, again, you can't activate Distributor. Not a terrible option, but again, you're not going to use him. Like, he'd be a fourth liner at best, and there's probably better options. Then we've got the 77 Daniel D'Amico, Heart and Soul Magician. Strong pass. Like, nothing you can use here. Marcus Kruger with Passing Playmaker. Again, same situation. Nothing really you can see here. And then Emil Pettersson with Barrage and Speedster. Like, same situation. So, just cool they're added, but not something you're going to be able to use. Moving on to defense, we've got the 84 Alex Edler with Wingman. And again, I talked about this a lot. I think anything that has acceleration boosted for defensemen is important, although when it comes to, I would much rather have Workhorse than Wingman on defensemen. So 6'3" with 82 speed, 85 acceleration before synergy, team-based synergies isn't bad. And again, he might be a cheaper option for you if you're trying to activate Wingman. Then we've got the 84 Jacob Trouba with Howitzer, which saves his value because he's got such low speed. 6'3" with 85 speed before distributor, not terrible. Like if you are someone that is still holding on to Victor Hedman, like base Victor Hedman, OEL is still so good. He could be maybe like a third defenseman option on the right side for base card teams that are just starting out. 85 Jake Muzzin would Light the Lamp. Light the Lamp is just not a synergy again that you want to look to activate. 6'3", 85 speed is nice. 86, it's just not enough. Like there's far better options. I would rather have base OEL than this Jake Muzzin. 85 Matt Dumbo with the Gladiator Synergy. 84 speed, really not going to cut it again. I think there's a better Matt Dumbo card, I think, that has Distributor or Howitzer. I can't remember, so this one would be a pass. Robin Press, 6'4" with Balance and Magician. There's literally no way that you could use a 72 speed defenseman. And Mark Barberio, man, it's been a minute. He was a decent prospect for the Lightning or Colorado, I can't remember, years ago. Wow, I'm old. Swarm, which is nice, and Light the Lamp, but that combo just isn't going to do it to make him useful. Defenseman, guys, I never hide a synergy burner for defense. Like, on your fourth line forwards, sure, I can understand it, but do not throw something in your team to activate a synergy that you cannot reliably use. Okay, and then lastly, on to the goaltenders. We've got the 84 Jacob Markstrom with Spark, which is great, but now you're starting to see the effects of the capping. So, the capping has a whole other meaning nowadays. But, okay, 6'6" with Spark. Great, awesome. Here's the issue. Because he's 6'6", his speed, his agility, his rebound control, shot recovery, and 5-hole all capped at 78. I think we're now going to start seeing where these giant goaltenders are going to start being hit pretty hard because of their stats, and they're not going to work out well for you nearly as much as they did in the past. So this is, I would not use Jacob Markstrom. I think, again, the meta between 6 foot and 6'3", that's kind of the sweet spot because all of these stats aren't capped nearly as low as that. So just keep that in mind. Then we've got the Yaroslav Halak with Distributor. I mean, again, 5'11", while it's okay using shorter goaltenders now, under 6 foot is a risk. And yeah, I'll pass on this one. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for me today in terms of the team of the week. I'm going to be doing some tip videos in terms of offense and whatnot over the next day or so. And if you want to check out my stream tomorrow on Christmas Eve, I will be streaming at the same time I always do at 12 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you guys again all year long for all the subs and follows and hanging out on Twitch, man. I really appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.